Hoshimachi Suisei's story is anything but conventional, a tale that begins with an abandoned dream and transforms into one of the most remarkable comebacks in the realm of virtual idols. But as we talked about in many videos before, being a beloved idol comes at a cost, even when it comes from well-meaning fans, and this concept was clearly demonstrated very recently as Suisei has gotten into quite the scandal online, when fans, or should I say antis, started to speculate that she had a boyfriend. Since the emergence of K-pop culture, there has been an increasing scrutiny on idols' pureness and the public's desire for them to remain single and available for their fans. And once you find out more about Suisei and her journey, you'll come to understand why she is regarded as the ultimate virtual idol embodiment and why her fans be acting up. But why are they behaving this way with somebody that doesn't play into the girlfriend experience and is known for being extremely frank and often rejecting Gachikoi's advances in the past? Because unlike others who have fallen prey to their fanbase's whims and desires, Hoshimachi Suisei has always been very careful to set clear boundaries with her audience.
でもいいことないのでしない方がいいと思います。絶対もう必ずもうマジで絶対にもうどれほど優しい人でもどれほどイケメンでも何でももう何でもファンとは絶対に付き合わないんで、ファンと恋愛は絶対にしないんでよろしくね。
As usual, I'll be here to walk you through all the different stages of Suisei's careers because it's so primordial to understand her character and understand the larger-than-life perception of her that her fans built throughout the years. So let's get started. Hoshimachi Suisei was born on December 22. When she first debuted around 2018 as an indie VTuber, she said she didn't draw that much attention, as there wasn't that much hype around VTubers at the time, and there was already plenty of competition. To set herself apart, she dedicated a year of hard work, achieving the significant milestone of 1,000 subscribers, an accomplishment that meant a lot to her. As Suisei approached a critical point, she questioned whether to persist or if she had reached a crossroads, contemplating the future of her journey. On one hand, she found joy in being a content creator. On the other hand, managing everything independently, including the content for her streams, the video editing, and everything else proved to be exceptionally challenging. But still, Suisei, being the hard worker she is, managed to independently release 2 cover songs during that period. It's a well-known fact that Suisei crafted her own Live 2D model and acquired the skills to rig it herself. Another thing that added a layer of pressure is that she also used to speak in a noticeably high pitch until she realized the impracticality of sustaining it over the long term. This realization became part of the challenges she faced during this period, and this, among the multiple factors that I've already listed, led her to consider whether it was time to seek support from a new company. Suisei then briefly joined a VTuber group named Signal before leaving her to resume her activities on her own. Short on money, she started to take some odd jobs working part-time and editing videos for other VTubers. She approached various agencies and got turned down by every single one of them, Hololive included. They each emphasized how difficult it would be for her to join an agency with her own model. Undeterred though, she pleaded for a second chance and asked Hololive to reconsider.
一人でやっていけないと思ってたんです。その時はの活動はとっても素晴らしいと思うんですけど、なんか柔軟に考えるんでちょっともう一回話をしませんかと。
And a week later, she received an unexpected offer to join Hololive's music label, Inonaka Music. Suisei surprised everyone by appearing at ASCII's first live concert on May 19, 2019, announcing her involvement with Inonaka Music. When she got up on stage, she recalls that there wasn't even a mention of her in the announcement. So everyone seemed surprised at this random blue-haired girl who had just gone up to perform. But once Suisei started singing, something amazing happened. One guy switched his light pen from red to blue, the color of Suisei. And then, like a wave appearing in the crowd, all of the light pens slowly started to turn from red to blue. And they all swung their blue pen lights back and forth for her. Striving to release 2 to 3 covers monthly, Suisei faced challenges as well within Inonaka music. The first being that their main priority was Asuki-chan, but Suisei explains on stream that on top of that, Inonaka music was not recognized as Hololive, so she didn't enjoy the same popularity buff as the other girls in the main branch enjoyed. Yes, Asuki was performing and doing a lot of solo concerts, but even she was fighting for attention. It was tough, and little by little, Suisei started to get worn down by the lack of resources, the complex company policies, and ultimately, some of the projects that fell through that she eventually completely broke down on stream.
もうできないのが本当申し訳ない。
And was really considering quitting once and for all. But then came Hololive's favorite manager to the rescue, A-chan. A-chan is a Hololive manager that is relatively well known in those circles. She even has her own cute Live 2D model. A-chan encouraged her and convinced her not to give up, as she managed to facilitate a transfer to the main Hololive branch behind the scenes.
私が寿司町水星
Soon after Suisei debuted under Hololive, they gave her model a little glow up while maintaining the essence of the Suisei character. To this day, she is still the only VTuber who has ever joined under her own persona. Suisei is part of Generation Zero, a group of talents who all had their debuts outside of the official group debut. Similar to Sora, Roboko, and Miko, although technically the third oldest after Roboko and Sora, Suisei joined the main branch after 3 generations were already established. At this point in her career, things starting to move extremely fast for her. Upon reaching 30k subs, she earned her own 3D model. A significant moment occurred during Hololive's first real-life festival, Non-Stop Story, where Suisei experienced a substantial increase in viewerships, gaining many new loyal fans. On March 1st, she had her 3D debut with a banger solo concert featuring her original song Next Color Planet, composed by her favorite musicians from Artifact, with lyrics written by Suisei herself. 2 weeks after her debut, she participated in a 3D live event outside of Hololive with other VTubers. Suisei had been working relentlessly since her indie days, and she was pushing herself even more at this point. But since she was riding the wave of her momentum, taking a break was still not an option. But when COVID-19 finally hit and everything slowed down, Suisei began to experience the accumulated fatigue catching up to her. Eventually, she took a well-deserved break and credits her fan for allowing her to hold on for so long. There was a few factors contributing to Suisei's success at Hololive. First of all, you probably already heard that she is considered a god at singing. But not only that, she was exceptionally praised for her Tetris gaming skills, which were on par with some of the best players in the world. Many Hololive collabs contributed to growing her audience, and that's when we saw the birth of Psycho Suisei. Psycho Suisei refers to her Yandere mode, except she doesn't want to kill you because she loves you, but because she just thinks it's funny. Recently, she mentioned that she's toned down those antics and has behaved more normally according to her standards. Another popular meme that Suisei birthed was the Suisex meme. And by birthed, I mean not intentionally, as she really is not somebody who is yabe at all. People are so down bad for Suisei that in Hololive's most recent dance practice hosted by her, she was one of the only girls with a covered stomach. That didn't stop or even slow down the thirsting from happening. Although she is very sezzo, she's one of the most looted VTubers out there. And you know what they say, the less you show, the more it leaves to the imagination. And that absolutely applies in her case. People are so in love with her, Suisex even got its own Urban Dictionary definition. And it's got 259 upvotes. Have you ever upvoted anything on Urban Dictionary? Yeah, me neither. Imagine, these people went the extra step to upvote this. And since we're on the topic of cringy posts, and because since I saw it, I'm gonna make you guys see it too, this Reddit post details how his crush found out about the Suisex meme by looking over his shoulder on his phone. People are so degenerately horny for her. There's a whole other meme that sparked from it, and I can't even bear myself to say this out loud, so I'm just gonna spit it out. And it's called Suipis.
Oh my god!
And this meme reached far and wide onto the dark corners of every internet space you could think of, sparking hashtags, fan arts. It's even got its whole section on TikTok, and it also resulted into getting its own bot on Reddit. Thankfully, or not, depending on which side you stand on, it's been deleted as of 5 months ago, as Reddit new policies purchase bots like these. In the midst of a casual Duolingo stream, Suisei uttered this simple greeting.
Hi, honey. Hi, honey.
This simple greeting unleashed a shockwave that rippled through the virtual cosmos, instantly captivating thousands of fans. This unassuming salutation wasn't just a hello. It was a seismic event that left admirers swooning and pledging their allegiance across the globe. Because in the world of Suisei, even the most straightforward gestures wield the power to spark a phenomenon. And that's how years after this, even the sentence, "Hi honey," is still legendary. But it would be doing her a disservice to only mention the internet meme she sparked, as Suisei's music is globally adored and highly praised by other industry professionals. Her debut album, Still Still Stella, released in September 2021, claimed a top spot on Billboard's Japan Download Albums chart. Her second album, Spectre, released on January 25th, saw collaboration with renowned creators as well. Notably, Suisei made history as the first Vtuber to perform on the popular YouTube channel The First Take, alongside globally recognized artists, showcasing her live singing skills. The whole concept of this show being to record everything in a single take. Even among those critical of Vtuber music, where opinions on Mori Calliope's work are greatly divided, for example, Suisei's music has been recommended and garnered largely positive response. Featured in various mainstream articles, Suisei's unique approach to music has solidified her as one of the world's most recognizable virtual idols. Eerily during that time, she also foreshadowed in an interview and in her lyrics the type of backlash she is facing today. The price you pay for fame that comes with facing the public, and the worries that derive from that are common to all of us. Furthermore, she touches on a subject that many VTubers have talked about before: the length to which people will go to learn everything about their favorite idol, and the anxiety that comes with having a large audience. Of course, Mishizure is a song about Suisei, but I also mixed in my own personal thoughts as I wrote it. Crafting music for a diverse audience, Suisei's appeal goes beyond VTuber fans. Her second album, written with the vision of a live band performing alongside her, came to life in an incredible concert. In a Billboard article, Suisei expressed her enjoyment of the challenges of breaking boundaries as a VTuber recording artist, aiming for widespread acceptance. Her broad appeal, coupled with appearances on shows like The First Take, cements Hoshimachi Suisei as the epitome of a virtual idol. But you know how it is with whatever idol culture touches, it comes with its fair share of expectations and scrutiny. And with Suisei, as much as she never encouraged parasocial behavior in her viewer base, still ended up coming under fire when some fans, or more so aunties, started to speculate on whether she had a boyfriend or not. Similar to the Rusia incident, Daisuke Sakuma, an idol associated with the popular Snowman group, was streaming when a particular message appeared, allegedly sent by Suisei. The man seemingly freaks out and exits the room to ponder about what to do next, only to return a few moments later to shut down his stream. This caused a wild amount of speculation about him and Suisei's relationship. We're not going to be showing the footage of this video in here, as this video has been heavily struck down on every kind of social media platforms, so I'm not going to risk it. Some allegations about the fact that Suisei was married and some other crazy theories started to fly around as people deep dive to try to find out any instance or hint in her previous streams of the stories they were making up in their head. Most of the speculations were loosely based on an apparently male voice that could have been heard on Suisei's stream.
勉強をやるっていうことをわーちょっと待って
Did you hear it? Yeah, me neither. Because I had to replay this clip 4 times to hear the extremely faint, distant male voice that we hear in the background.
いうことを
See? There's been since then a few tweets, comments, and posts on Japanese websites that have surfaced criticizing either the fans, Suisei herself, or the male idol in question. And just as in the Rusia situation, we began to see images emerge of disgruntled fans selling their Hoshimachi Suisei merchandise. I have a feeling that most of these comments are probably written by bots, and by bots I mean people who behave like bots, but also actually bots. I feel like a lot of the internet's harassment campaigns, especially those waged on Twitter lately, are riddled with bots, so it's really hard to discern real information from false ones. This leads me to believe that it's probably a very small portion of Suisei's unicorns that are lashing out and could be the work of antis instead. But these are just my speculations, so who knows? But still, a few days after, Daisuke released a statement saying it wasn't anything like that, and there was nothing between them. That's when Suisei finally took to streaming to address the situation. Thankfully, her fanbase seemed very supportive of her during that stream, and she honestly impressed me by the way she handled it.
付き合ってるんじゃないのか、同棲してるんじゃないのか、はたまた結婚してるんじゃないのかみたいな話が上がってたんですね。
There was definitely some trauma on Hololive's and actually everyone's end with what happened with Fuchsia in the past. But it is most likely Suisei will simply end up shaking this off. I'll also note that this website writes supposedly shows, so who knows, could be fake as well. With everything that goes on the internet lately, I think it's fair to take this with a grain of salt. And like I mentioned before, there seems to be a lot of burner and throwaway accounts perpetrating those rumors. But nonetheless, even if this whole affair was actually patented solely by antis, or if Suisei's Gachikois had a part in it, or even a mix of both, isn't it still odd that you can even attempt to cancel someone because of this? When she addressed the controversy, she asked her friends and fans that if they're not comfortable with seeing that kind of behavior happen to her, to step away for a little while to protect themselves. And that's just to show how these events will still impact her stream, and her interaction with others simply because she is an idol. And even though all of these allegations are completely baseless. Anyway, food for thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and stick around for the post-credit scenes because I have a nice surprise for you. Additionally, we have just launched our very own Minecraft server, so make sure to join our community Discord if you'd like to participate. Like and subscribe and watch my Uru Harushia video if you want to learn about the very similar situation she was in, but that unfortunately didn't pan up quite as well. Until next time! But it would be doing her a disservice to only mention the petit patapou.